Hello my dear friends, my name is Cornel Popescu and today we will talk about compound interest. We are starting with this nice clock where you see the world debt clock, that it's growing every single second. So if you think the Social Security will take care of you, of your retirement, you have to think again. It's going to take care of your retirement, the Social Security? That's a pretty good question. The answer is practically no. It's not going to take care of you because it doesn't have enough money to do it. So, according to Albert Einstein, the compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. The compound interest is a system that capitalizes interest that causes the value paid for interest to increase month by month. The compound interest is applied in the financial system and it's used in all loans made by banks regardless of their type. So if the bank uses when it lends you money, why not we use it when we invest? The interest generated by an investment is added to the initial capital, which makes this interest generated at first to generate new profits. The result is a multiplier effect of the initial investment, and step by step interest is generated, the amount increases and generates new interest with a higher amount. A very simple example. What do you want? I give you two choices. Do you want $10,000 every day for a month? Or do you want 1 cent that is multiplied every day for a month? Think about it. With 10,000 every day for a month, at the end you will have 300,000 euros. But if you have chosen to multiply the cent, you would have more than 5 million euros. If you don't believe it, try multiplying a cent by 2, 2 by 4, and so on for 30 times. This is magic. Wonderful. And it is the most powerful force in the world at the investment level. It is difficult to have this kind of result, but this example helps you understand the strength of compound interest. If you have thought that 10,000 each day is the highest amount, you will have to rethink the way you think about investments. It is also known as the snowball effect. You start investing little money using compound interest and you will get more money in less time. The passage of the time can be our great ally if we let the compound interest work. Our money will generate profits, which when reinvested will keep generate greater profits, and so on. There are people who know what compound interest is, people who do not know yet, and the most painful, people who do not want to know. The last category thinks that there is no need to worry about tomorrow and that someone will take care of them. Completely false. When you are young, time passes quickly, and if you don't think about your future, you will have a problem. Social Security is no longer able to support the current system. When you are older, time passes much faster, and you will find yourself forced to work. If you find work until ages, that should be to enjoy. So, if you start thinking in 10-year steps of investment at an early age, you will even achieve financial freedom. It doesn't matter what you earn, but it's very important what you spend. A very important advice that 95% of the population does not take into account. Live below your possibilities. You can have an income of 500,000 euros by year and spend 510. Soon you will be bankrupt. What is the main reason? Lack of financial education. The following phrase that Will Smith said, it's also said, but it's the plain truth of today's society based on appearance, lack of self-esteem, and lack of financial education. We spend money that we don't have on things that we don't need to impress people who do not care about us. One of the big scams that 95% of people fall into is buying a new car to show off with borrowed money. If the car you are going to buy is not a necessity, you should have at least 5 times its cash in value ready to invest. Once you took off your brand new car off the dealership door, your new car loses at least 10% of its value without riding even 100 meters. In 10 years, it will lose at least 40% of its value, and you may continue to pay a very high monthly fee for a junk that no longer has value. In the description of the video, I'll leave you one interesting calculator that you can use. That's net worthify. At the level of compound interest, calculators are a lot. Just Google it, compound interest calculator, and you'll find a few. Let's imagine that we invest 1,000 euros for 30 years with an interest of 10% per year to be able to see the power of compound interest. We take John Doe and Joanna Doe. John withdraws his earning every year and Joanna reinvests her earnings and use the compound interest. John will take 100 euros at the end of each year and use it for whatever he wants. But Joanna, what will do, she starts with the same amount of investment, it's 1,000 euros, but every year the interest will reinvest it. She's going to use the compound interest. During 30 years, she will have 17,449 with 40 cents gain, and practically with only an investment of 1,000 euros. That's huge. That's magic. That's the power of the compound interest. During 30 years, doing nothing, using the compound interest with only 1,000 euros, you can get this kind of thing with no problem in the stock market. Also, you have to understand that you need information in order to do that. But what I want you to understand is the power of compound interest. We are talking about this and it's very important. I told you the calculator that I was recommending you is net worthify, to which we can make a calculation to cover our expenses with passive income. In the moment that you cover your 100% of your expenses with your passive income, you are practically financially free. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, and you are not obliged to go to work and to do something that you don't like to do. And you can maintain your lifestyle that you have it right now. So imagine that your income is 20,000 euros a year and you save 2,000 euros. With a 12% benefits yearly, but you can easily get it on the stock market without any problem. I repeat, you have to understand the stock market. During 29 years, you are going to be able to cover your expenses and maintain the lifestyle that you have, and practically you are financially free. If we change the numbers and you don't save only 2,000 euros and you go and save, for example, let's say 3,000 euros, we crash the numbers and in 24 years you can retire without any problem. And if we change again for more, you get another number, 22 years. And if we save more, you can retire in 19 years. That's great. But for example, in the case that you are able to save 40% from your income, that's pretty interesting. You can retire in only 15 years. That's great. That's huge. I want you to understand the power of compound interest, and that's the reason that I made this video. So, secure your future by saving a little each month, but invest it. And in the case that if you think you are much cooler buying a cool car to show off, and it's possible, you can even afford it to pay it, and a week later you have lost, including the illusion that you had it when you buy it. It's your own decision. Our life moves around money, and the funniest thing is that we don't worry about managing it. We spend more time buying a suit or a dress than planning our finances or learning about financial education that is not taught in school. The sooner you start putting your money to work for you, the more results you will get in the long run. And the math is not lying. The numbers are the numbers. Invest in yourself first, in your financial education, and then take control of your finances. First question to which you must answer: how much do I earn? How much do I spend? And how much can I save? It is the question that most people avoid answering themselves because they are afraid of the answer. They are afraid to see the result. The lack of discipline and financial education, and generally they spend more than they earn. And that is something that you do not learn in school. Once a month, do a simple accounting of your personal finances. First step is to realize where you are, and the second is to take action. Spend less than you earn. Start investing. Increase the percentage that you invest until your passive income will cover your expenses. Start saving at least 10% of your income. Increase your percentage of savings to be able to invest and use the compound interest in your favor. Better late than never. Let us know what you think about compound interest, and if you like the video, please subscribe, like it, and share it. There are people who need to have this valuable information. Ciao, ciao.